What's up, everybody? MagicWithRacingDudes.com here to watch the Grade 1 Pennsylvania Derby at Parx on Saturday, September 23rd. Race 13 on the card, and if you want to watch side-by-side while I give my instant analysis, click the box right there. It'll take you to the replay. You can watch it side-by-side as I'm watching it. If you already have seen the race, you just want my post-race thoughts, look down below on the search bar for the video, the status bar. You should be able to see the chapters. Click right ahead to the post-race analysis. And, of course, before you leave me your comments down below in the comments section there. Now, for the Pennsylvania Derby here, like I said, grade 1 race, $1 million purse, 11 3-year-old males, 10 of them colts, 1 gelding, going a mile and eighth in the slop. And what we saw from the Cotillion Stakes just before this with the fillies, speed was holding pretty well if you could get out to a nice lead, if you were good speed. And I think we have good speed in here in the number 3 Saudi Crown. That's my top pick. 7-2 morning line feels like a pipe dream. I understand that you're trying to respect Bob Baffert shipping in Reincarnate, but Bob Baffert shipping in a horse, I should say. But it's Reincarnate. It's his, Reincarnate's been like his C team this year, B to C team. So, and on top of that, he's in the 11 post. I know that doesn't factor in the morning lines, but Saudi Crown is going to be the favorite here. And he's almost even money as they're about to break. A horse that I like underneath, a Magic Tap for Steve Asmussen, especially because of the way that the track is playing. This horse is by Tap It out of a Ghost Sapper mare, so is bred to theoretically enjoy the slop and all that comes with that. I also like the 2 Dreamlike a lot out of a Tap It mare, but by Gunrunner. This colt, it took him forever to break his maiden, and if you remember Dreamlike, he actually almost won the Wood Memorial Stakes as a maiden in his 3rd career start. Was playing bumper cars with Lord Miles and Hit Show. And ended up finishing 3rd. He kind of got the worst of it. He was in the middle and got smacked all around. As far as Dreamlike, he took some time off, broke his maiden at Saratoga. Last time out in Saratoga in an allowance race, first time facing winners, he really struggled out of the gate, and from there it just didn't really look good. But the fact that there's 2 horses in here owned by Rapoli Stable, trained by Todd Pletcher, and Irad Ortiz Jr., the top jockey for that trainer, for that owner, is on Dreamlike. That tells me this horse has got some chance too. So I think for me, Saudi Crown, Dreamlike, Magic Tap, trying to beat Reincarnate. I think the post and just the fact that he's not a good horse is going to keep me away from him in here. But we're going to watch the race. They're about to break from the gate for the Pennsylvania Derby. Reincarnate's the last one in. They're off. Good break for just about everybody there. The 1 horse towards the back didn't quite, the 9, but I think he was a little bit of a long shot anyway. Yeah. Oh, that was Krupe. That was the other horse. Yeah, Krupe's he runs in the back. Saudi Crown broke well. He's going to have the lead, and very smart from Ferran Giroux to keep him out a couple lanes off the rail because it's preventing Scotland, a front runner, from really getting up. Like, Scotland came up, but Scotland knew that with Jockey Junior Alvarado, that if he'd stayed in that position, he was going to go very wide in that first turn. So 23 flat. We saw this with the fillies. They went fast in that opening quarter to get position, and then on the backside, we saw them slow it down. So we'll see if Saudi Crown can do that. It's a couple horses really lagging at the back. Modern Era, I mean, he was 99-1, right? He's not supposed to do anything. Reincarnate is up there, but he is wide. Magic Tap is close. They have such a far back shot here, or such a wide shot, I should say, because of how far back the horses are here. Krupe now moving from the rear. Saudi Crown still looks comfortable, 47-1, so 24-1 for the second split. 1 1/5 seconds slower on the backstretch. Very smart from Flo. Nice that he was able to get that advantage. Scotland seems to be thrown in the towel, not able to keep up. Reincarnate's pushing. Magic Tap still on the rail, getting a nice run along the outside here. I can't see what is that Il Miracolo moving? That is Il Miracolo moving. All right, Gilmore's got some move. 2 Dreamlike is tipped off the rail, but he's going to have to go, about 5 wide here off the turn. There he goes. Dreamlike in a good spot. Magic Tap still grinding. Il Miracolo running all right. Another gun runner, but Saudi Crown, oh, shoot, Dreamlike is cooking. Look at this horse reeling him in. Oh, boy, this is going to get close. I think Saudi Crown's got it, but Dreamlike, wow, that was a nice kick there. Well clear of 3rd place, which actually goes to Il Miracolo, it looked like. So congratulations to Antonio Sano for that horse. That another gun runner out of a Tap It mare. Wow. Saudi Crown. All right, so he wins the Pennsylvania Derby. This was Saudi Crown, that is a horse that's been, I don't want to say much maligned, because he's had 5 starts all this year as a 3-year-old, a little bit later getting going. We saw him debut at Keeneland in the spring, looked great, won an allowance at Churchill in mid-May. Second in the Dwyer Stakes by just the slimmest of margins to Fort Bragg. You remember that. People thought that maybe Saudi Crown hung a little bit in the Dwyer, and should have won that. The Jim Dandy Stakes, that was the controversial race where he ran his eyeballs out, but was also getting bumped from Forte. He came off the rail and bumped into Forte. Angel of Empire was thrown around in there. A big, mess kind of thing. But all 3 horses right there at the wire. Should Forte have been disqualified or not? But, not going to get into that here. But that he was, missed winning that race by a nose. So he's showing ability. He got a great setup here in the Pennsylvania Derby. So first graded stakes win, comes in Grade 1 race with $1 million purse. That's not too bad. Super effort here. I think he got a great setup. Now, let's talk about moving forward. What do we think about these horses? Saudi Crown, I believe, needs to go to the dirt mile. That was a 1.125 race. He did, I think, is the Jim Dandy 1.16? Or no, that's a 1.125. So he did a 1.125 there. He looked like he was running out of gas here. I know he was pulling away from a lot of the other horses, but we did also see Dreamlike come up and catch him. And Dreamlike, at one point, seemed like he was going to be a career maiden. He held game lead on it, and they were 6 lengths clear of third place. But yeah, I don't know. Scotland fell off pretty quickly. Magic Tap ends up finishing 4th. Oh, he just missed by a neck there. That rail was a hard place to be. You saw it in the Phillies race too with Pretty Mischievous and Occult. The horses were closing from the far outside, and Magic Tap unfortunately just got stuck in the rail. I think that's a horse I'm still interested in playing next out, depending on where he goes. Don't go Breeders' Cup with him. Not that crazy. But put him back into like another 3-year-old, 2-turn dirt route. I think he's got potential. Watch out for Magic Tap as a 4-year-old as well. Il Miracolo, I never know what to think about that horse. He's a classic Antonio Sano horse where he just comes up and runs crazy like this, and then he'll be 8th in his next race. We'll probably see him in the Breeders' Cup Classic because that's an Antonio Sano move to do, and that's not a shot against him. When he's got a horse that's got talent, he really likes to be aggressive with him. Saudi Crown Breeders' Cup Dirt Mile, that's where I go with him. If he runs that race against Arcangelo dusts him in the stretch. Arcangelo, at the 3/16 pole passes him, and at the 8th pole is 4 lengths clear. These were not, again, it was sloppy sealed track, but the fact that Saudi Crown went 25-4 from the 3/4 to the mile, that's not good. 12-3 to the finish. Yeah, it's not. He kicked in when he needed to, but I think the mile's better for him there. Now, you do have to face Cody's Wish in that spot. That's not good. I would say you'd have to face a Gunite, but we saw him lose at 1-5 in the Parx Dirt Mile earlier. I think that was more just they needed a spot for him. And Asmussen did say he's going to run him one time before the Breeders' Cup. So you don't know if you're going to see Gunite in the Breeders' Cup Dirt Mile or back in the Sprint. Saudi Crown, that's what I would do with him. And they also said that the Saudi Cup, which he's owned by Saudi Connections, obviously Saudi Crown, the name. The Saudi Cup is a 1-turn 1.125 race in the end of February next year. That's what they're going to kind of target with him. So I think that's the dirt mile. That's going to be the better move for him. So I would look for that for Saudi Crown if they go there. Now, that's also timing-wise, right? We're 6 weeks out roughly from the Breeders' Cup, 6-7 weeks out. Cox says that he likes the 8-week gaps for Saudi Crown. So it wouldn't completely shock me if he said we're going to give the horse some time and wait till another race. Dreamlike, second place, ran from 9th. He was 9, 10, 12 lengths back at some different points. Yeah, I don't know what to do with him. It's hard, right? He rallied well, but everything collapsed in front of him. So, yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't put him into a grade 1. I wouldn't go Breeders' Cup with him. And then because of the fact that you beat a horse by a half length for your first graded stakes win, it was a horse that was 5th in an allowance race last out. You can't go to the Classic off of that? I don't know. It doesn't give me a lot to think. But those are just my thoughts. The rest of this field, just reincarnate, retire. Do we see that now? Do we get exciting, thrilling winner of the Sham Stakes and the Los Alamitos Derby? Standing for 15,000, standing and nursing at Spendthrift Farm. We're going to get that soon. I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, let me know your thoughts down below about this race, about all the horses that were in it. Love to hear from you. Love you. Saudi Crown, Breeders' Cup Classic, Breeders' Cup Dirt Mile. What would you do with them? I think that's the big debate here. I'd love to hear from you down below in the comment section before you leave. Hit like on the video, subscribe to youtube.com/racingdudes. And of course, remember, visit racingdudes.com for free picks for every race, every track, every day across America. Until next time, good luck at the track. RacingDudes.com is your home for the best free picks for every race, every track. Summer's here, our picks are heating up. We want you to join us in the fun. Subscribe to the Racing Dudes YouTube channel right now. Click the notification bell. You don't want to miss a single one of our awesome videos. Want to make money betting horses? Bet with the Racing Dudes.